What's up, Vibe family? This is KC, and today's story is about the horrible murder of Richard Miller, age 9. Now, this case is from 1977, and it's a very, very disturbing story. So I want to warn you guys and give a disclaimer out there that this case is very, very, very disturbing. It even disturbed me when I first read this case a few months ago. Now, this case is very cringe-worthy. The story is very cringe-worthy, and it might trigger some people out there. So I just want to warn you guys. Now, jumping right in. The guy you see on the screen, his name is Durlyn Eddmonds. Durlyn Eddmonds was born in 1952. He will have some disturbing behavior growing up. His sisters would say that he had some unusual, disturbing matters involving sexual matters. Durlyn's mother killed herself by poison when he was only 15 years old. Court records will show that she left behind a note saying that she did it because of Durlyn's bizarre behavior. Durlyn would spend the next 10 years in and out of jail, and a couple of his crimes was he raped an 8-month pregnant woman, did some time, got out, and then raped an 11-year-old girl, did that time, got out, and then shortly after that is when he raped and murdered Richard Miller. Now, the case behind this, we only have his statements. We don't have any other witnesses who witnessed this crime. And according to Durlyn Eddmonds' statement, he heard some commotion in the alley in a building that he stayed on the second floor. And he went to his window and he looked down in the alley and he saw Richard Miller with 2 adult men who he claims had just recently sexually assaulted and or raped Richard Miller. Now, according to Durlyn Eddmonds, he offered Richard some help. So he told Richard to come up to his apartment, or he lured Richard up to his apartment. And then when he finally had Richard in his apartment, he initiates a conversation of trying to have sex with this 9-year-old boy. He then proceeded to go to his bathroom to get some things to clean up Richard with, and according to him in his statement, Durlyn said that Richard had feces and blood coming from his rectum, so he cleaned him and then put some stuff on the bed so it wouldn't get messy. If I'm not mistaken, it was plastic, and he began to sexually assault this 9-year-old kid, this baby. When Richard would begin to whimper and cry and ask for Durlyn to stop, he would then push the boy's head into his pillow and suffocated Richard. When he got done, he did his best to try to get rid of the evidence and clean up, and then he dumped Richard Miller's body inside of the same alley that he got him from, as he claims. And he put this baby boy in this dumpster face down in the garbage like he was nothing. What you're seeing right now is the building, that second floor window that you see, the blinds are open. That is the actual apartment that Richard stayed in. I mean, that Durlyn stayed in with his grandmother. Durlyn would get picked up by the authorities and questioned for 12 hours until he finally confessed. Um, there were some fingerprints and other evidence that they collected out of his apartment that would tie him to the crime. What you're seeing right now is the alley that this supposedly ordeal went on, and the same alley that he dumped Richard Miller body in. I tried my best to research as much as I can. I spent countless hours trying to even get a picture of Richard or his mother. Richard's mother name is Maddie Miller. Maddie Miller. And I could not pinpoint, which Maddie she was. I tried my best, and I couldn't come up with anything. So if you guys are related to Richard or Maddie or even Durlyn, and you got some details on this, feel free to comment below, and please be respectful as much as you can. One of my main concerns about this is, where was Maddie? Where was his guardian? How did Durlyn even get his hands on him? But according to him, he was in the alley, but we don't know that to be factual. I don't believe that that's what happened. I believe that he had kidnapped that little boy, and then when he basically got done, that's when he killed them and dumped them in the garbage can. Like I said, my main concern is, where were his parents? Where were his brothers, sisters, aunties, cousins? Somebody, were they looking for him? And this type of person, Durlyn Eddmonds, he should have never had been let out of prison. It was even reports of him sexually assaulting and raping male inmates in these facilities. And I know that in the 1970s, there wasn't the laws that we have now regarding sexual deviancy and rape and sexual assault, because now we have a law called the Sexually Dangerous Person Act, where when a person like Edmonds is going to try to get out of prison, parole out of prison, they keep them. They go to court, and if they get deemed a sexually dangerous person, they are going to a facility to get treated until the psychiatrist, the judge, the state attorney feel like this person is healed or have made some progress in their treatment. I want to say rest in power to that young king, Richard Miller, and I am so sorry. This case has really disturbed me for quite some time. And feel free to comment below, you guys, and tell me how you feel. In 1980, Durlyn was sentenced to death. He appealed. He lost. He was then put to death in 1997 by lethal injection. Durlyn Eddmonds was a very deviant and dangerous person. Going back to 1979, while in custody for the crime, the murder and the rape of 9-year-old Richard Miller, Durlyn raped his cellmate. His cellmate statement says that Durlyn threatened him with a knife, until he gave in. He threatened to kill this guy and then raped him. The next morning, the guy was able to get out the cell and tell the correctional officers, and they dealt with the situation. But that alone that lets us know that Durlyn was a very, very dangerous person. While awaiting trial for the rape and murder of a 9-year-old boy, he was still the same old Durlyn. Rest in power to Richard Miller. You are not forgotten. And I am very sorry. I'm going to let you guys know to, when you wake up in the morning, have some positive thoughts, some peaceful thoughts. And throughout that day, spread that positivity, that good energy around. Because nowadays we need it. With all the violence that's going on and the shootings and the murders and some unspeakable crimes and acts here in this country and around the world, it's ridiculous. And I also want to tell you guys that I really appreciate the support and the love. And if it's anything you guys want to tell me, anything you guys want to ask, feel free to comment. All right, y'all. God bless.